Welcome to the 2005 NCAA Men's Lacrosse Rules video. My name is Ty Halpin, and I'm the staff liaison to the Men's Lacrosse Rules Committee. In this presentation, we will discuss new rules changes for this season, show video examples of some situations, and provide several new approved rulings as well. The NCAA Men's Lacrosse Rules Committee is responsible for developing and maintaining the playing rules for collegiate lacrosse. Chuck Winters, Secretary Rules Editor, Warren Kimber, National Coordinator of Officials, and Don Zimmerman, coach at Maryland-Baltimore County, assist in the preparation of this video. First, the current members of the Rules Committee are Willie Scroggs, University of North Carolina, Jack Emmer, U.S. Military Academy, Nick Gannon, Drexel University, Scott Nelson, Brown University, Roy Whipple, Bryant College, Rob Quinn, Colby College, Rob Randall, Nazareth College, and Dave Webster, Dickinson College. Chuck Winters serves as the committee's Secretary Rules Editor. His role is to issue official rules interpretations on behalf of the committee when needed, and his contact information is on the screen. Warren Kimber is the NCAA's National Officiating Coordinator. He serves the men's lacrosse committees as national coordinator and assigns the championship officials for championship play. First, let's start with the 2004-2005 men's lacrosse rules changes. Rule 1-2. Officials arrive at a game site and notice that field markings in Rule 1-2A do not conform with the lacrosse field of play diagram or are of incorrect dimensions. Ruling. Officials notify Team A head coach. 1. No penalty will be assessed if the corrections are made prior to the designated game time. 2. A technical foul, visiting team awarded the ball, will be assessed if corrections delay the start of the game. 3. 3-minute full-time penalty, no face-off, if Team A coach is unable or refuses to make the corrections. Officials should notify their district assigner in all cases. All hollow cross handles must have their exposed ends adequately covered with plastic, rubber, or tape to prevent injury. The use of metal caps, for example bottle caps, are prohibited. The committee added that the timekeeper and scorer are recommended to be at the field 20 minutes prior to the start of the game. Rule 4-3, facing off. The committee decided to make several changes in this area. First, the ball will be placed at the center of the 4-inch wide line. Second, the official will prepare players for the face-off by saying down. Third, the crosses and gloves may rest up to, but not touching, the edge of the center line.
The stick and gloves are up to, but not touching the line. The head of the stick is perpendicular to the ground. The gloves are in contact with the ground. The stick is parallel to the midfield line. The right hand of the face-off man is not gripping the strings or touching the plastic of the head. The ball is in the middle of the stick sidewall. The following illustrations show improper face-off positioning for the 2005 season. The handle of the cross is not parallel to the midfield line. The head of the cross is not perpendicular with the ground and is angled. The handle of the cross is not in contact with the ground. The gloved hand is gripping the strings and the plastic of the head. The right foot of the face-off man is not to the left of the throat of his cross. The fingers of the gloved hand are extended and causing the shaft to be off the ground. The gloves are touching the midfield line. The ball is not in the middle of the stick sidewall.
Rule 414, advancing the ball. The committee voted to alter this rule to read, upon gaining possession of the ball inside the defensive half of the field, a team must advance the ball beyond the midfield line within 20 seconds. Failure to do so will result in a turnover, and the ball will be awarded to the opposing team. Rule 419E, goalkeeper privileges. During the course of play, if a goalkeeper's stick becomes broken or any other required equipment becomes broken or dislodged, play must be suspended immediately. The committee also issued a point of emphasis for this season. The committee strongly discourages teaching field players to block shots with their bodies or assume the position of the goaltender. The committee does not believe these tactics are currently being taught by college coaches. However, it is important to note the safety risks to student athletes and emphasize that these practices are unacceptable.
Officiating defensive clearing. When a player of the team clearing the ball gains possession of the ball in his defensive half of the field, that team has 20 seconds to get the ball over the center line. The trail official is to turn on his 20-second beeper when the player gains possession of the ball. When the ball crosses the center line, the official closest to the center line is to signal the ball has been cleared while at the same time verbalizing it. If during the clearing play the ball is caused to become loose, unless possession is gained by the riding team or the ball goes out of bounds or play is stopped by an official's whistle, the 20-second count will continue. If the ball goes out of bounds and the clearing team retains possession, a new 20-second beeper count will begin when the official sounds his whistle to start the play. If the riding team gains possession of the ball and then loses possession of the ball, the clearing team will have a new 20-second count to clear the ball. Once the ball has cleared the center line, it may be passed or carried to any part of the field, but is subject to going into the offensive goal area within the 10 seconds allowed. Officiating the timeout call. A player with possession of the ball must have 1 foot in the goal box area for his team to call a timeout. The mechanics to officiate this rule change are going to require each official to have sharp field awareness. At the time a player with the ball steps into the attack goal area, an official is to raise his hand straight up. That signal is to be mirrored by the other officials. At that time, the head coach or player may call timeout. If the head coach makes the call when the ball is in the attack area and where his team bench is located, both the lead official and the trail official should be able to call the timeout. If, however, the ball is in the attack goal area, away from the bench, it may be much more difficult for the coach to make the timeout request. In that case, the trail man, in all probability, is going to be the key to making that call. When in that position, you are going to have to be thinking of game situations and thinking about when that timeout request is likely to be made. Excellent use of the play-on mechanic to permit the goaltender to outlet the ball on a crease violation by the attack player in gold. Here, number 40 in blue interferes with the player in gold, while the ball is in the crease. Excellent positioning by the official on the goal line extended enables him to see this play and make the call. Good job. Number 23 in gold makes a bang-bang interference play on the goaltender. Again, a nice call by the goal line official. Here is a very alert offside call made by the trail man on the player who steps on the line and then backs off, realizing he's offside. Here the lead official is on the goal line extended when a shot is taken across from the front of the goal by blue. The official looks at the ball and then on both sides of him before awarding the ball correctly to blue. Watch very carefully as this attack player in white, number 4, violates the crease line while both the goal line official and the far side official are out of position to make the call. How many times have you heard me say, when the player in front of you goes to the goal, follow him, and you'll be in position. This is what the far side man should have done, and the lead man should have been on the goal line extended. Here is a bang-bang play where the player in blue goes to the goal and is pushed by a player in white. The ball crosses the goal line before the shooter's foot hits the crease line. Both officials use excellent mechanics of throwing their flag, and the fans apparently love it. On this face-off play, the players go down at different times. Then the ball is placed off-center of the sticks. The face-off rule and mechanic has been changed in an attempt to improve the face-off play. This is very good anticipation by the lead official as he sees the ball heading toward the end line. He backpedals to be sure that he is in position to call the play correctly. Excellent job.
This shows good goalie coverage by both officials. Notice how they follow the ball to the crease, and the far side official is right on goal line extended coming into the crease.
Watch this play, it's well officiated. Number 11 in orange draws a flag, and right after that, number 8 in orange commits another foul on the same player and draws a second penalty, putting his team down 2 men.
This sequence shows good field coverage by the 3-man crew. Notice the strong mechanic of the lead official by moving in and out of the goal line extended by following the ball.
Here, number 7 in orange makes a valiant attempt to save an out-of-bounds ball, but our guy is right there and sees that the player steps on the end line. This is great positioning and an excellent call.
Notice the good midfield coverage of a possible offside by Gold. The play was officiated correctly as the Gold midfielder went to the offensive side of midfield to allow his attackman to cross midfield. Good end-line coverage by both goal line officials and correctly awarding the ball to orange. Officials need to award the ball according to which player was closest to the ball as it crossed the end line or sideline.
The official calls orange for failing to get the ball out of the defensive area in the then allowed 10 seconds. Another great job of field awareness.
This play shows good end-line coverage by the end-line official as the ball goes out of bounds at the sideline cone, and the orange defenseman is closer as the ball crosses the sideline. From the time this goal was scored until the whistle for the next face-off, it took 40 seconds. Officials are reminded to get the ball in play within 25 seconds.
This is a nice call by both officials who determined without hesitation that this was a pass by orange number 22 rather than a shot.
In this sequence, the team in black is not making a concerted effort to go to the goal. The officials concur that a keep-it-in call is appropriate. Note that this call is being made at the 10:26 mark of the first quarter. For the 2005 season, we want the official conducting the face-off to signal both players to approach the ball at the same time. This sequence illustrates exactly what the Rules Committee wants. By allowing the first several fouls to go unpenalized, the official has created a situation where, through frustration, the player being fouled might retaliate. Watch the replay. Throw the flag, make the call, protect the player. In this situation, the official does a good job of correctly rewarding possession to the player in black who was closest to the ball as it crossed the end line.
During this play, the official makes a good slash call against number 1 in blue, who hits the player in gold on the top of his head. In this sequence, the official correctly throws his flag high into the air above his head and calls a slash against blue number 18. Watch the replay. The official makes a good call of a slash to the head of number 10 in white by number 36 in blue. Watch the replay.
Number 20 in orange draws a flag for hitting a player in gold on the head. A few seconds later, number 29 in orange draws a second flag for another hit on the head. Orange goes down 2 men for a minute each.
In this sequence, the blue player, number 30, uses his feet to hold the neck and head of the player in white, but no call was made. In the fourth quarter of a game that has been very physical, the player in blue takes a run at the shooter in orange. The player in blue jumps in the air to hit the player in orange, helmet on helmet. This violation must be called. The injured player in orange needed to be more protected by the official with a much quicker whistle to stop play. This play shows a good hold call against number 40 in orange. Remember that we want you to protect the head and neck area of the players.
This play appears to have as many as 4 fouls. Watch carefully. It starts with a face-off. Number 18 in white has his stick head off the line, a violation. Number 4 in white slashes an opponent in orange. Number 37 in white rails a player in orange with his cross at his neck. A player in orange hits a player in white from the rear, right over 2 players on the ground. You've heard us say time and time again, if you take the first violation, in this case the face-off, none of the others would have occurred, even though they went uncalled.
In this situation, 2 personal fouls on the gold team go uncalled in front of the team bench areas. Immediately following, a loose ball push is called against black. At the very least, black should have been 2 men up for 1 minute instead of losing possession of the ball. In this sequence, 2 fouls are committed by gold against black. Officials must be protective of players when checks are made to the neck and head area. This continues to be a point of emphasis for the 2005 season.
In this sequence, the official makes a correct push call against number 12 in blue. Watch the replay.
Watch how number 22 in blue pushes the player in gold on a loose ball. Good call by the official, right on the play.
This sequence shows the official making a good call against the face-off man in gold for moving his stick before the whistle to start play. This play shows two good legal body checks by blue against gold. Officials are reminded that body-on-body checks above the belt and below the neck are legal in the game. Watch the replay. This shows a great warding off call against number 12 in blue. Watch the replay. In this play, number 11 in blue makes a legal body check of the player in white. Watch the replay. This play shows a good offside call on blue at the midline by the official, who is in a great position to make the call. This sequence shows a good call against the player in gold for a moving pick.
Number 40 in gold makes a perfectly legal body check on the player in orange right on the sideline.
This sequence shows a good 10-second call against gold for failing to get the ball into the offensive box. This sequence shows a good crease violation call against gold. Notice that number 47 in blue does not have his chin strap fastened. Please watch for this safety concern in games you officiate.
Blue 30 trips number 44 in white, and the play goes uncalled. It looks like this is almost an intentional trip and should have been called.
Officials must determine if a player is pushed or takes a dive. In this sequence, number 21 in white takes a dive. A push was incorrectly called by the official.
Player in white pushes blue number 45 right at the sideline, causing the ball to go out of bounds, and turned over to white, when possession should have been retained by blue as the result of a push call having been made. Blue number 41 sets a moving pitch, which goes uncalled. It's pretty clear to me that an advantage is gained by this player moving into the player in white. Look closely, and number 40 in orange uses his free arm to gain separation from number 20 in white, which appears to me to be warding off, as orange comes up with the ball uncontested.
In this sequence, the ball gets stuck in the backside of the stick of number 40 in orange. The whistle should have been blown immediately and the ball awarded to white.
With 2 seconds remaining in the period, the gold player pushes the player in black, which goes uncalled. Officials are reminded that this is a penalty regardless of game time or situation. Here the official calls a 30-second push against the gold player. Good call. However, if the hands of the defender were apart such that the shaft of the cross initiated contact, then a cross-check call would have been appropriate. Watch the replay. Here we have a situation where a player in black breaks his stick. Coaches and players must know the rules surrounding this situation. The player must immediately drop his stick and proceed directly to the substitution box, at which point he may either be handed a replacement stick or be substituted for by another player.